Welcome to a new episode of Queen 3 and King. It is Bronx's fault. The reason why we are late, we had to get situated. So
Don't lie on the baby.
yeah, we don't. This our second time being live. I don't know what the hell y'all been doing. So again, welcome to another episode of Queen 3 and King. Today's episode: why he won't text first. Maybe he just don't like your ass. We'll figure it out in a minute. But before we do that, we'll get into our introduction, starting with the seasoned queen out of Atlanta, Texas, standing at 5'2¼ tall. As she gets older, she gets shorter. She also goes by AKA Darling Nikki, Boney Maroney, Skinny Minnie, Coco, the grandma herself. What up, Queen?
Hey, family. How are you guys?
Take a sip of water or something. And next,
Boy, you need a sip of water all day.
And this is a good
long
subject
with
because
that
Nikki,
raspy voice.
Nikki, you ought to be real good on today's episode. Why he won't text first? Because I know you had that problem coming up. Yeah, well, see, that's what Mika and Lily didn't know. When me and Nikki was growing up, she used to sit by the phone, wringing her hands like that. See, it wasn't text; it was the phone ringing.
Dang, you are tacky.
All right. And next, still in what's the word? Is it imbroglio with Tulsa in the state of Oklahoma? Don't ask me to spell it. We have the educator herself, and now we can call her Blake's TT because Blake done lost his mama to Bronx, so Blake's TT. Mika, talk to the folks, Queen.
Good evening, everybody.
All right, that voice was on today.
Not really.
I apologize.
She didn't sound like Anita Baker.
Anita Baker.
Anita Faker.
All right, and last but not least, the baby queen, Bronx's mama, Lily, Mama Lee. Talk to the people.
You can't drop Blake's mom out of there. That ain't right.
That
ain't right. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, the way you done been talking to him all weekend, I'm sick of that. So now
No, the way he talked to me all weekend.
I'm about to say, Ted, you hear the way Blake talked to Leisha?
Yeah, well, all I gotta say is that for some reason, I don't know if child abuse is illegal in Florida for you or not, but the way he got busted in his mouth on Sunday.
It wasn't even that bad. It was just a little pop.
Whatever it was, it had your mama on the couch laughing.
She's not even supposed to laugh when he is being disciplined. She is not supposed to laugh.
Yeah,
she laughs all the time.
And I told her, as many kids you done popped in the mouth, how you gonna laugh when you see somebody popped in the mouth? It shouldn't even be funny to you. So now that tells me she was just busting us in her mouth for comedy. Hell,
yeah,
and this how she had the sweat over her mouth. I said, you ain't hiding nothing.
Hey, and then Mika, about 10 minutes later, go try to be talking to Blake on some BS conversation. Then nobody cut nothing about. You could tell it was just fake conversation.
Yeah, she said, "What you over there doing, Blake?" And I said, "Don't try to be his friend now."
Yeah.
You know she do that. You know she's soft.
She feel bad after she got her out.
All right, we got Amy Marita in the building, and in honor of her, I'm drinking a nice glass of iced tea. You can tell it ain't yours because it's a little light, but it's good. But it ain't as good. It ain't as good as yours. That's how we used to say yours back in the day. All right, we got Amy Weeder in the building.
Hey,
what's going on, Amy Weeder?
Hey.
And then we also got Twin in the building. What's up?
Twin.
Twin.
All right. And I think she on here because she's trying to figure out why he won't text Bird. And tell us who texted first, you or Galen. I know back then y'all was having to send letters by the U.S. Post Office or pigeon carrier or something as old as y'all live. All right, so let's get into this. Why won't he text first? And we're going to start with Mama Lee on this one. So the thinking is, right, so obviously, when you're dating someone or first starting to see someone, or you could be in a relationship. We done all been with them people that are heard of those people, let me just say, or been those people. I'm looking at some of y'all that responded too quick. I know Mika ass done chopped the dude up for not replying quick enough. I know it.
Not chopped him up.
Not in my 30s, but in my 20s. But in my 20s, I would be like,
but to further complicate.
After the first 5 minutes, I'll be like, you know what? Have a nice life.
Wow.
A nice life.
Yeah.
You didn't want to hear from him then, huh?
Is that your kids out here over there, Lily?
Did you see that door crack? And you just talked about Blake.
No, hey,
he just cracked it.
I know y'all watching in there. I know y'all watching in there. Wait till the show over with. So, and to further add to the complication of this situation, because we have our phones glued to us, we think everyone else does, right? That
if I'm free, you free.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons for this show topic. So, Lee, why won't he text me first?
I don't know. I can't really answer that because they always text me first.
Oh, all right. And by that you mean Brandon. You better get on.
Yeah. All one of them.
Right. And look
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, back in my day, I didn't have to worry about that. They always text me first.
Okay, so you're not gonna be a part of the show today. All right. You don't want to talk to us. All right.
Okay,
well,
I'm gonna grow up one day with Mika. Hold on.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
You better put her back on.
Was that your first time getting kicked off? Yeah, this is a talk show. Shit, you gotta talk.
Okay. Why won't he text first? You talk like you want to know the reasons why?
No, I mean you just what your first thought is about that particular topic. This is just kind of
maybe he's not that into you.
Okay.
Maybe he's busy. Those are the things that come to mind when I think of that. And those are the things that come to mind when I think of that.
Right. The fastest visit back in my day, like she's 75.
I'm serious. Back when I was really twerking.
Back when she had full use of both knees. Now that right one got to hit you in the day.
Got a little twitch.
No, but I would just say, like, maybe he's not that into you, or maybe it's one of those things of him waiting on you to text him. Maybe y'all exchange numbers. And we always, as women, we look at it like, oh, he needs to text me first. That's not always the case. Sometimes you initiate what you want.
All right. And before we go to Mika, let me acknowledge this. This is my favorite viewer in this whole situation. This is Kevin's mom right here, y'all.
Hey.
How are you? Rita told me, you asked about me, and I still got to get down there. You got to send me your address so I can come down there and spend some time with you. Let's see, we got Richard Grant in the building. It's the same way guys look at it. So
as what I is he talking about what I said?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Right. Okay. I believe so. And we're going to ask that question too, is that are there guys out there who, is asking that question, why won't she text first?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he clarified. He goes, yeah, text her first. It's the same way.
Okay.
All right. Mika, what are your initial thoughts on this topic? Why won't he text first?
Well, I think I had like two initial thoughts when it came to it. I say, why won't you take the initiative and you text first? Was one. And two, maybe he didn't, if y'all exchange numbers, did he exactly know what you wanted when y'all exchanged numbers? Or did he think y'all would just exchange a number as friends? What was the motive? Like, did he know exactly why you were exchanging numbers?
What?
I'm giving
you say what? Did you?
I'm giving a friend. I'm giving a guy my number that I did not want to talk to like that.
Did you make it clear? Or did you understand? Did you understand why you were giving? Did you? Okay, so how did he ask?
That's even what she's saying.
This down, huh?
But even that's what she even said.
Well, let's break this down. How did it come about that you gave him your number? How did this all happen?
We were at work and he was like, hey, let me get your number. And I was like, cool, here's my number. And he gave me mine and he gave me his.
And you're saying that he was and you're automatically assuming, Tig, that he was into
her? No, this is what I'm saying. Every time Dick and Harry that ask you for your phone number just because you're a co-worker, hey, let me get your phone number. What was the conversation leading up to that?
On a friendly tip.
On a friend, yeah, you can exchange number with friends.
So y'all was talking, having a good jovial conversation. And then he said, "Oh, hey, let me go and get your phone number." I'm trying to understand how to even question.
I don't know what you do as a thought.
Do you have any platonic relationships?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, Sean, Craig.
No, women.
That is not platonic.
That's why he doesn't understand.
But you see, here the deal though. I'm saying this is a lot of things that men. I'm gonna talk like about some of my favorite. These are a lot of things that men's get misunderstood. Women's get misunderstood.
Women's get
misunderstood. They don't know when dudes are interested. They fall on that a lot of times. They think he just asking for my phone number because we friends and stuff like that, and they don't see clearly. Dudes don't always just come shoot straight at you. Hey, no, tell him to come on in here. Tell him to come on in here. Come here. No. Come on in here. Now let's do him like they do these people. Let's do him like we do these people on TikTok.
Why do you keep coming in here?
No, you get him. No, you get on the TV right TV.
Now you live
don't
on
you
TV.
See we doing a show? Huh? You ask Ganny if you can have that water. We don't care nothing about that water. We got 10 cases of water over here. Drink as much water as you want. Just don't eat no
food. My gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. Y'all got kids too, some of y'all.
Y'all pray with me.
You'll have a few more.
He passed mama to get to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand.
Yeah. Okay, so twin. Hold on, we gotta get some of these comments. What's going on, Jordan? World changing impresario. Ben BS3 put the BS in BS3. Twin. See, she apparently likes my line of questioning Tamika because she don't understand either. And I'm approving.
I don't have to.
Hey, then nobody has. Yeah, you do. Quiet. All right, and she proves it. I don't understand. And Pastor Smith says, Ivan sound like he about to pull out his belt on me.
Derek, in a minute, I'm about to cuss him.
Okay, so.
But it could be one of them things where if he's interested, he hasn't made that clear either.
Thank you.
So maybe she's already put him in the friend zone category.
This is the problem, and I know this ain't the show topic, but let me just explain something to you. Y'all be missing out on the interest level sometimes. Y'all seem to think it's got to go the same way with every dude, and it don't. And sometimes that's just his initial deal. He asked for the phone number. You thought you was friends. So why did you bring this guy up? Did you bring him up? Do you know if he was ever interested in you?
I don't know. I don't think he was, for real.
Thank you.
Have y'all talked on the phone?
Point exactly.
Exchange numbers.
Yeah, we talk about work and stuff, but it ain't like that was back in the gap.
Do y'all talk here and now today?
No.
See, twin trying. I need to bring her.
Were you interested in him on a deeper level?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
But he may have been.
But that sums up your.
So let me ask you this:
sums it up.
When they're not, when a female is not interested, does it prohibit them from being able to see clearly that he's interested? Maybe.
No.
You follow my thing? You know.
Well, why won't he text first? Why won't he say I'm interested? Say I'm interested.
I'll answer that question in just a moment. Okay. Okay, Nikki, first of all, we need to get to your initial thoughts over there since your braids is all greased up and stuff like that.
Boy, there ain't no grease on these things. I don't use grease. Okay, so
I know twin.
The first thing that came to my mind is maybe he's trying to play like hard to get himself.
Okay, there you go, because that's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. So for conversations guys have, and guys think that way sometimes, right? It used to be a thing back before texting was a thing, and you just got a number. And shoot, first of all, getting the numbers when you was out with your boys and you was scamming on chicks at the mall, and you got a phone number or something like that. That was one of the first things you started to contemplate. How soon do I call? Right? Because you didn't want to seem overly anxious. You know, you wanted the timing just right. What the fuck is funny? That's the truth.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Pastor Smith. He can't sing too thirsty. That was a thing. They didn't want to just be all in the mix right away.
But I saw in your comment that you put from Twin that he didn't need to say all that. So why do we have to make those clear up front then?
But who said you did?
Well, you were asking her.
I was asking what?
Did she make it clear?
Well, because she said, did he make it clear? So my point is, let me put it like this. When you give a guy your number, you weren't, you need to understand what it's for. It's just as imperative for you to understand what you're giving this number for.
So do you ask
you
what you want my number for?
Yeah. Hey, that is not naturally how you do that.
Well, shit, I don't just give folks my number for no reason.
But I'm not. If a dude asks me, "Hey, can I have your number?" Usually, I agree that he's interested in some type of way. I just automatically assume that. But the thing is, I'm not gonna say, "Hey, what you want my number for?"
But because you assume.
But if they're already
what the answer is.
But I've been in situations where I have a guy friend that's asked for my number and it's stayed strictly on a guy friend level. I mean, I looked at them maybe like as a play brother in a sense. So it wasn't on the tip of trying to get with me or me trying to get with him.
Exactly. You don't have.
So I'm like, when do you have that conversation? Hey, before I give you a number, are you just trying to be my friend? Or are you trying to be my friend?
What you want to do?
I'm just trying to understand.
And then when the joker keep texting and calling, you trying to figure out why.
No, he didn't overuse the number. He didn't abuse the number.
Well, it's like John said. Does she really think he wants her number to be a friend? Girl, bye. Thank you.
Men and women can be friends, guys.
But that's the thing. And that should be another show topic.
Yeah.
Why y'all can't have a woman as a friend.
Okay, go for it. It depends on how fine she is.
I ain't gonna say a word.
Ben said parenting on live. Love it. Greater Kev in the building. Say what's up.
Hey now.
Let's see here. Man, we are. And Derek Smith says live. Twins are getting on my dang nerves. We got Charlotte Wilson in the house. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, Charlotte.
Pastor Smith say a play brother.
You can. It's like
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
But the thing is that's the thing though. We can have somebody that we look to that's not related to us that I've even been able to confide in and really talk to them. And on that level, we never ever have to go to the level of dating or trying to get or friends with benefits. It strictly stays there.
Okay. And Wheeler says, I think that he is not that interested in you or is in another relationship. If a man is really off into you, he's going to make the time. I feel that man is supposed to pursue the woman. So if he doesn't text me first, I guess we won't be talking in. And that is, I'm glad she put that in the comments.
No, I don't agree with that.
The man is supposed to pursue the woman. That's outdated.
That's old. That's what the older people used to say.
Exactly.
Is that, the man is supposed to do the pursuing.
Old. That ain't the case no more. You're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunity.
But my thing is, you're gonna get what you want now, baby.
Yeah, because guess what? See, let me just put it like this: there are some shy guys out there, right? And they just don't, and a lot of people think that it's got to do with his manhood and all that kind of stuff. He could be the most manly of man you've ever met, but he's just shy when it comes to talking to women. That could be two different things. Now, that may not be your kind of dude. And sometimes I play coy just because.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even believe you. I wouldn't even you serious. Next.
Daryl said, "Men don't shoot straight anymore. Most of our black women have forgotten how to take a compliment, or did she was down so fast we didn't have time to get to the next month." Gone so fast. I don't know what he's saying on that.
Maybe she moved so quickly.
Yeah,
they didn't they didn't have a chance.
Yeah, and he said have forgotten how to take a compliment.
Yeah,
but you also have to remember, like I think there's some genuine guys out there that do give women compliments out when they see them. But then there's some guys that are just disrespectful in their compliment giving. It's like, bruh.
Like, here's the deal. We've all seen this meme, right?
What?
When the fine nigga get a compliment, oh, thank you. You know, when the ugly dude get a compliment, don't nobody, quit being disrespectful. That is not a
say nothing.
meme.
You
don't even
say thank you
walk.
either way.
That is not a meme because it is untrue.
I just walk on, baby.
Yeah, I'm talking to. Let's see. Okay, so John says, so because he wasn't to her standards, she stuck him in the friend zone. Thank you, John.
No.
Thank you, John.
See, John, sometimes we are right, but this wasn't the moments where we ain't.
No.
That doesn't mean that.
No, it doesn't mean that.
What
that's not. That's
start at the beginning of the show.
Y'all cannot have friends.
They don't know how to. I can't wait for that show.
Let's see. We just says, Mika, I asked him straight out, what are your intentions? Nothing wrong with that. I don't like having senseless conversation. Get to the point.
But I'm saying, you asked them, what are your intentions when he asking for your number? I just feel like that's a lot.
To me, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I've been asked, and guess what? And I've been asked. I don't mind if a chick asks me that. I'll use it as an opportunity to say something funny. I can't say it on here without necessarily say.
But but are you seriously, like, if she was saying, what are your intentions? You don't give something serious. You're joking, right? 9 times out of 10, you gonna joke.
Well, I may start out that way just to break the ice, to let her know I'm a charming mother. That's why.
Oh gosh, I can't even talk to you.
I'll say something like, so when we wake up in the morning, I can make you breakfast.
Oh
like
my.
That. And she'll be like, my number gonna let you do all that, and I'm so yeah, I can't.
That breakfast got it.
Say good evening, family. Twin say I got mine.
Got what?
Got your what, twin?
I don't know. A-Trap says I'm one of them. Oh, plutonic friends, maybe. I think is what he's asking. Kirby in the building. What's up, Kirby?
Oh, maybe he's saying a shy guy.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's right.
Okay.
That's possible. I'm shy too.
No, you're not. And
I am. Ask Nikki. And when we was at Davis Chapel and it was time to give our Easter speech, didn't I go to Lottie crying? Tell me I did.
That's just an Easter speech. They ain't got nothing to do with
that was 45 years ago.
I'm still that 5-year-old little boy inside.
But that was 45 years.
So I'm shy.
And Mama had to threaten you to do the speech.
How I overcome that is I do the opposite of what normally gives me anxiety or fear about approaching folks. Is I just bust in the house. I'm going to tell you when it changed, and this is a true story. Okay, so Scooty. Me and Kevin Scoot, I think we were going over to Scoot's house. This is not too long after Scoot had moved into the area. So we were friends with him and stuff like that, on the same football team, hung out. So we were going to his house after school. Mm-hmm. And so on the way over there, I was all in knots thinking to myself, they're going to ask me for something if I want something to eat. I hated that. That was embarrassing as a kid to me. I was embarrassed by that, right? So I'm like, okay, how can I deal with this? So when we walked in the house, I said, y'all ain't got nothing to eat in here? And it was well received. And his mama started laughing. The people that was there, his daddy started laughing. And she said, yeah, come on in here. We got some in the kitchen. I'm like, nah, I was just messing with y'all. But I like the fact that took the pressure off of me and put it on them. So now that's why I clown just as much, is because it take that pressure off. But deep down inside, I'm just a shy guy. Call me.
Ew, this is disgusting.
And I believe. So Charlotte said she doesn't believe Brian about being shy.
Oh yeah, you know Brian not shy.
And A-Trap says, really, I am shy. You just don't know me. What part is true, Twin?
Maybe he's shy in regards to that.
And see, here go another comment that we got a problem with. I don't want a coward. Just say what's on your freaking mind. That's not, no, just because he's shy about it doesn't mean he's a coward. See, let me put it like this. It is okay. That's one of the reasons why before February is over with, we're going to talk Black history and mental health. And we're going to focus on Black men's mental health because Man Talk Mondays had a very good conversation last night and inspired this. But again, I don't want a coward. So it's okay for a female to have rejection issues. It's not okay for a man to have rejection issues.
And And that may be one
And
of the
I
reasons
know
why
some-
he won't text first, because he
Right.
does have rejection issues.
Right.
Like the last girl he tried to talk to rejected him, and it didn't go well. So,
and I
maybe
know
he's
some
waiting on
shy
to do it.
guys.
And
I
then
know
sometimes,
shy guys.
Yeah.
sometimes
Yes.
men have commitment issues too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But there was a song about it. It was called Shy Guy. Shy Guy. Oh, that was Fly Guy.
Dante,
My
go
bad.
on and go to the next.
I was like, what song is that?
Oh,
You don't even know.
Okay,
get on my
Keith is saying,
nerves.
I have a
Like,
friend.
what?
Okay.
And he
She's
a
just not
stripper.
gonna be serious.
Wait
I have
a
a friend
minute.
that I just made, and he's a stripper. He told me he would like to knock me down if I wanted him to. What the? She said, I told him in my Sophia voice, hell no, especially if you're knocking down damn near every woman after your show.
Oh,
God,
man.
I'm gonna have to start doing you like I had to do Weeda early on. And I'm gonna have to start censoring.
Yes, because
your
Keisha will say
comment.
anything too.
Yeah.
Okay, so Twin said, so if he was fine and asked for your number, would you think he just wants to be friends?
Yeah.
No, you stop it.
Yeah.
If that's already what they are, I'm not.
If that's already what they are, or
If
if he's
that's
fine,
already what they are,
if he's fine and he's in a relationship already,
So
or
let me ask you this.
we work
So
together, y'all. You do have. I do work with men. I do have to contact men.
I don't want you talking to me like this. That's why you asked.
But y'all, even though a man can be fine, attractive,
It don't make him.
whatever.
Don't matter.
I dated somebody that was fine and attractive, but he was nothing.
Shit.
He was nothing other than fine and attractive. Period.
Yeah.
But he was a fella.
So
and just because he's fine and
Right.
attractive, you know, the
Doesn't
older
mean
I
he's-
get,
Let me ask you
doesn't
this,
mean
then.
I want him to text me either. Like
right,
that's not going to be the only thing that qualifies for me to exchange.
Right, Derek. I was
Derek,
like, I'm just
Derek,
kidding, unless you're
Quit
gonna do it.
encouraging him.
Right. Okay, Twin, I understand now. You already got that one. Okay, got it. Okay, so here's the deal. So you trying to tell me that you don't understand that it's a thing for guys that they are really into this woman, but she has put him in the friend zone. The friend zone is a thing. Why do you think that is? It is because his intentions are frequently misread.
No,
No,
your
it's not.
intentions don't have to be
That's not.
frequently
That's not
misread.
all that is.
No, your
Oh,
actions.
that's a
should
factor in it. Huh?
Your actions should speak before your intentions, right? So if you want to be with
Yeah.
a woman, I
Yeah.
shouldn't have to think you want to talk to me. You should be able to say, "Hey, I want to get to know you."
Yeah, don't
better.
beat
Can
around the
we
bush.
exchange
But
numbers or whatever.
again, we are saying that there are some guys who are shy and don't, because they got rejection issues and may not want to say that. So again, that ties into in 2022, it is not a he needs to be the pursuer,
Right.
because again, maybe he's
I
not
agree.
he can't, you know, he's got rejection issues, or
Yeah.
he's just shy, or whatever the case may be.
He doesn't. That's not. I don't think any of us have said that on here, Alicia or Nikki. We
That
haven't
said
said
what?
that he has to be the pursuer. He does
You
not.
just said he needed to make his intentions known.
No, you
And
just.
you shouldn't
That's
have to
when
guess.
we're talking.
That's when we're
That's not
talking.
pursuing.
That's exactly.
That's,
So-
that's just voicing what you want. So if say we're
Right.
friends, right? And her and this guy, we'll use that as an example since it's the running theme, right? So her and this guy are friends, right?
Yeah.
And she exchanges numbers with him. She thinking it's just on the friend tip, right?
That's it.
Because he has never vocalized to her that's what he wants his intentions to be.
Wonderful. I'm with you.
So that's what she's saying.
And what I'm
He
saying
hasn't
is some
vocalized
guys
that
may
yet.
not.
Well, that's
Ever?
their fault.
But ever, you're never gonna tell me that you want to be with me, or you're interested in me.
The cause and the conversation, he's hoping that you see that based on my calls, our conversations, we get along well. The fact that there is a thing out there that says the individual you should be with should be your best friend. So he's built that, et cetera, et cetera. So
you're saying
hoping,
he's trying to build on the friendship.
quite possibly. My point is that just because you've never discussed it doesn't mean that it's not so.
Well, I mean, if I,
And you're
I guess
putting it
we're both
all.
playing the guessing game then.
yeah. Because if I'm feeling him,
see, I got a feeling that's why it's a lot of single individuals in there because they don't know there are so many reasons why a guy does not, number one, text you first or illustrate to you or demonstrate to you or articulate to you that he is interested in you. That happens. And until you get to come to that realization, then you're not going to always know. You're going to miss it.
No, I don't think we're gonna miss it because if we're conversing and we're getting to know each other, and
something
it goes
should
to
let
that,
me know.
we're gonna know. Yeah,
something comes up in that conversation of us being friends to make me or gives me some kind of indication. Maybe he want to take this to a different level.
Something's
because if you putting it down, I'm gonna catch it. But
Kirby, don't be bringing up old stuff. That was a show last night, brother. Let's see. Alicia asked Brandon, did he already know what his intentions were with you?
Yeah. But he wasn't coming to me on the friend tip. We was at the club. Hello.
H-Rap says women don't understand rejection. She said, thank you, Lily. And see, Brandon said Corey is shy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
And Charlotte said we suffer rejection just like me. And
exactly.
Trust me, we are that we are well aware of. And we just said, shove my ass.
Thank you, Wita. You know that.
I'm telling you. Kirby says all she can do is give you a yes or no. But that's you, Kirby. Let me put it like this. Y'all are short-sighted if you believe it's like this. It's like if a person suffers from anxiety and depression or anxiety, you tell them, well, you just come on, you just got to get over it. That's not going to happen. You got to think positive, or you got to whatever. It's just not like that for some dudes.
It's not.
It's just not like that for some dudes.
True.
They don't think in those terms. All they can do is say no. You know, now me and a coworker of mine, we were talking about calling an adjuster and asking an insurance company for permission to do something on a particular project. And we both says, well, all they can do is say no. We think like that. Like we're not scared of no. But everybody don't think in those terms. We know people who are afraid to ask customers simple questions about projects and people simple questions because they don't want to hear no. They can't handle hearing no. Rejection is a real thing. So true. And I'm gonna bust this up also, Kirby. All she can give is a yes or no. No, she can't. She can give an ugly no.
Right.
That's possible too. That's in the realm of possibility. She can say hell no, or she can say, boy, don't nobody like your ugly. I mean, come on, we done seen it.
Right.
Let's not act like it's just a simple pleasant no that leads guys to be in these positive spaces.
But if you're asking for a female's number, aren't you asking to get a yes or a no?
No, you just said, because apparently she got it easily by just saying, let me get your number. Sometimes by downplaying the reason you want it, it's a lot easier to get it. See, if you don't understand the hustle, you'll get hustle.
I'm just trying to understand because
talking, so
it's not always on a friend tip or a conversation.
I love it.
John, I can't stand you.
Let's see. We just said, King Doc, we need to put a filter on
Immediately, ain't we?
John says, Alicia, don't get in that sinking boat. Let Mika down by herself.
It's not. I'm not drowning. I'm okay in being in this boat because I'm totally fine. Because if I'm gonna give my number to a guy that I know that's a friend, I'm okay with it.
That you
think if a guy wants to pursue me,
that's the key. That's the
how do you know that he wanted more?
He didn't want more. This guy is in a relationship.
We don't.
But that's
so he was already in a relationship.
No, now. You know.
Yeah. Now.
We work at two different places.
So again, asking for the number may be his way of saying that he's interested.
Well, say that. It's easy. Say it.
It's easy. See, that's what you're not understanding. It's not always easy.
I'm just saying. If we start,
and I'm speaking for all amiable, shy guys right now. It's not always that everybody isn't as charming as King Dog. He's trying to feel the situation out. Thank you, John Lewis, because women don't know what they want from day to day.
All right now, John.
Let's see. Wait a minute. I've dated a dude I thought was fine sex, but once I boosted his little ego and got him a new toothbrush, that joker was skinning and grinning in every woman's face. I friend zone everybody now. with this old stinking breath. Let's see. Charlotte says a discussion needs to occur at some point to dispel the confusion. Otherwise, we will always be friends. If we're both shy, we're in trouble.
Come on, because somebody got to make it.
But it's
clear.
okay for
That's
a woman
true.
to be shy, but it's not okay for a man to be shy.
No one said that.
Kirby says, I agree. Thank you, Kirby.
But I have to say, out of all the people that have ever approached me to get my phone number or whatever the case may be, Ken was the most, I guess he was bold. He was just, you know what I mean? I guess, but a lot of the guys, they are not bold, but some guys are bold, and he was real bold, and he did and said the right things. He used his charm, the way that he is, laughs and goofy and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes it's what you need. And I was in a place where that's what I needed at the time. So, you need some people like that. You don't want everybody to always be serious or not, stuff like that. So I thought that was good that he did that. He knew what he wanted. He knew what his intentions were. And so he acted on it. So a lot of people are not like that.
Tag, not everybody's gonna do that.
Yeah,
right.
Everybody ain't gonna do
it ain't according to me. That's real
but
life.
I'm just saying.
No, it's not a
conversation. I'm not trying to be funny. I just said what he's saying. Not everybody's
real
gonna do
life.
But if he texts, or if we start talking and conversing over the phone via text, or over the phone, or whatever the case may be, eventually it should get to a level where he's comfortable. I've made him comfortable enough, or he's made me comfortable enough.
Maybe that depends if you're talking with your hands this whole time. A-Trap says, Dog Kirby says that because most women tell him no, so it's nothing to him now.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, A-Trap.
Says, when a man approaches me looking for a friend, I tell them that I'm not accepting any more friends at this time. Wow. John says,
well, some people say I'm looking for a friend, and they mean friend.
And they mean friend with benefits.
Right. John says, no in business is way different than when you put your heart out there. 100% true. 100% true. Let's see. Kirby says, A-Trap, I done took a few. Brian says, if one of you ladies were ugly, then y'all would understand. No kidding. Keisha says, sad.
But I'm not everybody's cup of tea, right?
So, yeah, I'm not.
Keisha says, sadly, when we reject men, they usually say, I was doing your ugly ass a favor. Then she calls him and they fight and say, it happens. Rita says, I'm with me because she wants a guy to come right out and say something.
But I think that what Mika said, I mean, just that last point she said too, like once we start to talk and really build a friendship, so you talking about the friendship, at some point I think that would come up, or you feel comfortable enough to say, I'm interested in taking it to a next level, or whatever the conversation, however you want to lead it, that should come up, and that should be the conversation that leads us.
But if that didn't happen, then it was no reason for them to, she wouldn't know if he was interested in her at all, and on a physical level or whatever connection or whatever.
Kirby says, don't ask for her number, just DM her. Twin says, I haven't had a shy man approach me. Charlotte says, I've had guys approach me and call me
Sadiddy
just because, just based on my looks, and they didn't even know me, so they missed out because I'm as down to earth as can be.
Right.
Oh yeah. I've been stuck up, Miss Charlotte, so I understand.
Yeah, that's what dating is very confusing, even more so now because some people play games no matter how old they are. Some are just crazy.
That's true.
Oh Lordy.
All right, so let me ask this question. I'm gonna start with Nikki. So we talked about, he may not so why won't he text me first, right? And some of the reasons are he may not realize you like him. He's just not that into you. He may be busy with other priorities. He may be shy. Sometimes these guys might just not be texting first because they're enjoying you making the first move. Why is this a thing, right? Whenever we came up with this topic, it was a topic because it is out there. Why is this a thing? Why is that a thing? Why won't he text me first?
I really don't know why it is a thing. I really don't. Because for me, he doesn't necessarily have to text first. Why can't it just be, why can't the woman pursue?
Right.
I just don't, so I don't know why it is a thing, actually.
Yeah.
At all.
Mika, why do you think it's a thing? Why won't he text me first?
Well, I've been told, especially, the older we get and, guys are into their careers more and at this age, if their priorities are different or if they've been single this long, I don't have to, I don't have to pursue anybody. They should be able to pursue me. So I've been told that guys like for women to open the door. So if they know the door is open, they'll come through it. But I think as the older we get or the more wiser we get, I think we have to open the door and have them be comfortable with us texting. Even if it's a simple, I enjoyed seeing you or I enjoyed meeting you the other day. And I think that helps a guy feel more comfortable. Even the shy guys or the guys who, are not comfortable with rejection or whatever the case may be.
That's the first thing said. I'll show that made any sense. Lily, why do you think we are here? Why do you think that's the thing? Why won't he text first?
I think society has made it a thing because we look at it as the guy should text first, right? So that's where all this comes from. Why won't he text first? Notice that we put he in there and not she. Mm-hmm. Why won't she text me first? Because that's just been the idea. The idea, like Nikki said, even in the beginning, older generation always says the guy pursues the woman, right? Mm-hmm. So that's always been a part of society. So some women still have that mindset and don't want to act. They're like, no, if he want me, he'll come and reach out to me. I shouldn't have to reach out to him if he wants to talk to me. But that's not always necessarily the case. And I agree 100% that it should go both ways.
Okay, so let's help somebody out right now with this question. So, individuals, once we put this out there that this was going to be our topic, they said, okay, so you're asking why won't he text me first? I'd assume you're going to answer the question, should I text him first or wait for him to text me? Lily.
If I have his number and I'm interested, I don't mind texting first. But I've been in situations where he has my number. I'll be like, I didn't get his number. Oops. Because sometimes a lot of times right away, especially if it's in passing or something, you may just give him your number, but you're not really exchanging numbers. So you have to wait on him to hit you up in order to hit him back. But I mean, if I have the number, I've acted on it before. I'll text you, hey, what's up? It was good seeing you, or I had a good time, or whatever the case may be.
Did Brandon know about it?
Oh my God.
She had a life before Brandon.
Hello. I used to twerk full time before Brandon. Okay.
Wow.
Thank God.
Part time after. So Mika, let's ask you this question. Okay. Let's say, for instance, you've exchanged numbers with someone. Mm-hmm. And that question is up. Okay. Why won't he text first? Should you text him first or wait for him to text you? You've exchanged numbers. You're interested in him. You want to talk, get to know him a little bit more. He hasn't texted you. Should you text him first or wait for him to text you?
Yeah, I've kind of gotten out of the mindset of if he wants me, he'll text me. Because I used to say that, like, if you want to holler at me, you'll holler at me. Mm-hmm. So no, but now I'm like, hey, it was good to meet you, or hey, I'll be, you want to have coffee or whatever the case may be. Wanted to get to know you better. And if I open the door if he doesn't. Or if he opens the door, I make sure to be, that I'm pleasant or whatever the case may be. And I, that I go and meet him or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I don't mind opening the door.
Well, I'm going to tell you, like my Uncle Lawrence used to say, he used to say, I'm devastating. I've always been devastating. Now I'm devastating year. He'd make up a word on you. Yes. That was one of them. He said, I'm devastating year.
Mm-hmm. Holla at me.
But did nobody ask the question what he meant? Because you knew what he meant.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nikki, you've exchanged numbers. He hasn't texted you. Should you text him first or should you wait?
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I definitely would, especially if maybe I'm feeling him too. So yeah, I would text him.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna get a few comments, and then Lily will go to your segment. Let's see.
Oh my! I'm not even looking.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so Keisha says he won't text first because some of them are married and they can't text because they're old ladies. So,
oh my God.
Kirby says, talk your ish, Nicole. Rita says, I will ask a man, do you want a Webster Dictionary definition of a friend, or are you just trying to get to my gold mine?
Oh,
mine.
Keisha said, them married dudes text early in the morning and be wanting to come over around 5 or 6 a.m. Don't ask me how I know, but that's why they don't text first.
Yikes.
Twin says, times have changed. And she goes, if you want him, go get that ass.
That's right.
Keisha said, if I'll text a man first and he's on the clock, then he has 24 hours to respond before I lose interest. That's fair.
Yeah.
You texted him. Rita says, I don't care if it's old school or not. I'm not texting him first. He asked for my number. Okay. A-Trap says, tune.
Trust me.
Oh, trust me, Mika, that helps. Trust me, Mika, that helps. Yeah, what she said about let him know I enjoyed the conversation, et cetera, or I enjoyed meeting you. Kirby said, your guy that said Snapchat me that. Andre Jones says, what's up, Andre, man? Good to have you in, man. Welcome to BS3 family, too. He says, I can appreciate a gentle invitation. That is okay to text to get to know someone better.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. And now it is time for our segment that we like to call
The Streets of Talking.
See, she started dancing too early. See, at the beginning of the song, she was into it. And now by the time the thing got there, she was just doing this. Lily, what the streets talking about?
Oh, the streets are buzzing. I know y'all keep hearing about Kanye and Kim, and I just refuse to talk about them. I saw somebody post earlier, they have us in their group text and we want to be removed, because that is a true story. He is posting all of their text messages of her just trying to keep the kids away from it. You feel like you in the divorce with them, and it's just too much. So we will skip right over them and talk about Columbus Short. So I'm sure y'all know Columbus Short. He was in Scandal. He was in Longest Yard. Is that movie?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think it's called Longest Yard. So he is back in headlines again, and it's not because he's starting a new movie. It's because he has been hit with another.
Y'all heard this delivery? Lily done got these streets of talking deliveries. Damn, boy. This is from MTV. She's on the contract, MTV. Don't come forward.
So you said that he did what, Alicia? I couldn't hear you.
I said
you talking too loud.
I said that he is not in the headlines because he's starting another movie. He is in the headlines because he has been hit with another domestic violence case. So this is his second or third time being in the headlines for this same reason. So he was arrested on last Wednesday after a verbal argument between him and his wife, and it allegedly became physical. Of course, he gets right on because they feel like after they get released on bond, they got to make a video, right? So he got on video and said the truth. Marriages are challenging, but getting through it is a blessing. I am not an abusive man, nor am I on drugs, but drinking alcohol makes my mouth get a little out of pocket. That's the truth. My wife and I are working on our marriage and real work with Call Me Mrs. Short. My apologies. During the video, he broke down what happened that was a little different from what was reported from TMZ. So he was basically saying, hey, marriages are hard, right? We got into an argument. I was drinking, and that's why my mouth got out of pocket, and that's why she called 911. It wasn't because he hit her, but she, according to TMZ, called the police and said that he put her hands on it. This is not the first time this has happened with Columbus Short. So people are saying, like, how many times does it take? I think at one time he even went to rehab and things like that. So people are like, is he really getting the help that he needs? Because it looked like he struggled with drugs and alcohol, and it leads him to these domestic violence cases, and he has anger management issues and all that kind of stuff. So time after time, and he's a great actor. That's the thing that really gets me, is because he's very talented.
And he's missing parts too because of that.
And exactly, that's is affecting that coin. So What is
That's a Cyndi Lauper song, time after time.
but yes. But he has been, I mean, this is, I think, the second or third time he has gotten a case, and it's been all drugs or alcohol is always involved. So it's probably time that he goes back into rehab or takes a step back, because if you can't get yourself together and every time you get into an altercation with your wife, she calls the police and you want to blame it on alcohol, that cannot continue to be the story.
Alcohol. Keisha said, Columbus said that woman hit him first. Did you get that part of it?
Yeah, that's what he did say
that's
that
the
in the
story.
Okay. I don't condone domestic violence, but I understand it. So
but the thing is, we don't know if that happened.
Right. Yeah.
We don't know if that happened. He could have came out and said that to save face once again, because this is not the first time that this has happened for him.
But he definitely needs to get help, because he needs to find out what the root cause of him continuing to drink and do all these things that he's doing.
And you want to know the definition of toxic? This, once you continue to stay in this type of relationship and y'all are calling the police and getting them folks in your business every 6 months, that's toxic.
But I think
the sex must be amazing.
You said what?
The sex must be amazing.
You should have skipped right over that comment, Leisha.
I didn't hear him. That's the only reason why I asked.
I ain't never been in a toxic relationship that the sex wasn't fantastic.
Oh my God, this is disgusting.
Mika said she part of the problem too. Mika, what you was about to say?
I think what I was about to say, you threw me off with that toxic and sex. It just took me away from that story.
It took her back.
It took
Take me back.
It's deep down in her mind. She goes, yeah, that nigga kind of right, though.
No, that is not what I was saying. Yikes. No, I was just saying that I forgot what
that took Mika back down memory lane. She can't say nothing now.
She lost all thought back. Thought process is out of there.
Back down memory lane. Keisha Walker said, Sam Putney said, don't hit women, just shake them. Keisha said Columbus needs a haircut and a good shave, then he'll be all right.
Oh.
But
he's
such a good actor. But like you said, he has something that is mentally going on with him. So you can't keep repeating that.
I'm asking a question because I don't know. Is his career kind of on a downturn right now? Has he been doing anything?
It's been like that ever since he's been getting those cases. Like
so sometimes, it's just like that with men in real life, right? We've all heard or seen the story of man loses his job. Unfortunately, he think his manhood is attached to his job. So he starts feeling some type of way that he can't provide anymore. Is feeling emasculated, maybe getting emasculated, and they get violent or loud or whatever the case may be. So I would imagine it's probably like that in Hollywood as well, and maybe even worse, right? Because those are high profile jobs. So now the whole world know I ain't hitting no shit no more. So I'm feeling like this at home. I was the shit. I was walking around like I was the shit. Now I ain't got no roles.
But he started this when he was really on though. Like his first felony case, he had his part on Scandal. I think he was attached to other movies that wanted to put him in there, and they stripped him of that. Yes.
She said, since you got served.
He wasn't in You Got Served.
I think he was in Drumline. Was it Drumline 2 or something like that?
It wasn't You Got Served.
I can't remember. It was one of those movies.
It wasn't You Got Served. I think it was The Longest Yard. I'm telling y'all. It was that step movie.
Yeah.
Wow. Do it again. I can see it. My camera broke up. Yeah. They got to nod their head like that while they do it. Or just that ponytail heavy.
Yeah, that's how they do it. Let me see. Yes,
wow.
But let me see.
But I think he was in that step movie, but I didn't know if it was the Longest Yard.
And Keisha said, what was that dance movie? It wasn't that dance movie is You Got Served, ain't it?
But that's not the movie he was in.
And we just said, I don't even know the people y'all are
Stomp the
talking
yard. Stomp
Stop
the
the
yard.
yard. Yeah.
Stomp the
Those are
yard.
2 different movies. Okay, so
I
let's
knew
Stomp
it
the
had
Yard.
yard in it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Dude.
Oh, I know what it was. Stomp the longest yard.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
they just Google too. Stomp the yard. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
Ooh, thank y'all.
This
We showed
Christmas.
you
Kirby
appreciate it.
He
Alexander.
was in this Christmas.
He was.
Oh yeah, he sure was. I
He was
forgot
in
about
this
that.
Christmas too.
I cry on
Oh,
that movie
Kirby.
every year, y'all.
I love that movie.
All right. So that was another edition of The Streets Are Talking.
Hey.
All right. So last question, and then we'll give our final thoughts on this one.
Okay.
Let's add the element of an argument, a fight in this situation. So y'all done got into it. Y'all don't live together, nothing like that, right? Y'all just dating. Y'all got into it.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all done got into it. And is he waiting for me to text him first after a fight? We're going to start with Mika on this. We ain't started with her on nothing. Is he waiting for me to text him first after a fight? How does that play into who texts who first? And also plays into a female's ability to be able to be patient on that text. Shame the devil, tell the truth. Go.
I'm a totally different person than I was.
If you got to dig in your nose, go dig in. You ain't got to hide nothing. This is a family show here. We don't care what Kirby say. Kirby ain't gonna say shit. If you got to dig in your
Quiet.
nose.
At least you can
Be ye quiet.
No, I'm saying
I hope you choke. Yeah, that's exactly what
good. I'm saying I don't mind texting him first after an argument, because one of the best pieces of advice that I've ever gotten told about, arguments or whatever, it's okay for both parties to walk away. I used to find it offensive, but or he go back to his house and I go to my house or whatever the case may be. But eventually I'm gonna text, even if he doesn't, I'm gonna text and say, hey, can we sit down and talk? Now, do I want to talk via text about what happened? No. I want to give us both time to cool down and say, I'm coming over, or you coming over, let's talk about what happened. So yeah, I don't mind texting to ask what's going on.
Okay, so if you text that and he don't respond, what you gonna do? What's your play?
Woo!
I know you got my text.
Yeah.
I'll give, because some people.
And I forgot to compliment your headband and wig today. That's nice. Okay.
That's not even what we talking
It's
about.
gonna be
right
a
there.
while before she come back.
Now, okay, stop.
You're just an idiot.
No, but because some people say they do need cooling periods or whatever, and that needs to be another topic of discussion. Because I'm like, who needs 24 hours to cool down, or who needs 36 hours? Some people, say they need that.
It depends on how bad the fight was.
Sometimes I'm serious. I'm not
That's
joking
true.
at all.
Seriously.
Sometimes I've needed a couple of days to just like kind
I'm
of.
telling you.
I'm not kidding you.
That's
I
true.
had no interest in talking to her in those 2 or 3
True
days.
story.
And that's what a guy has told me. I need a couple days, and I'm like, God, dog.
Seriously.
So if I send that text,
It happens.
I can wait a couple days for you to cool down, because if you come back prematurely, it may be another argument.
Yeah.
So,
Somebody's gonna say something that they'll regret later.
Yeah, that's a real thing, and because for me, it's like I need to let my mind fully process how I feel about the situation. Yeah. Seriously, because sometimes I don't know. I know what my initial reaction is, but I'm that's from experience for me, is that I don't want to. I don't want to say something before I need to say it. See, I got this theory that I've been floating out there, is that it's never too late to go off, but sometimes it's too soon to go off. And so I don't want to put these thoughts out there too soon before I've allowed my self time to fully process and digest how I feel about a situation, because feelings change.
Right.
And so there's been times to where, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done with it. But because I slept on it a couple of days, I put it in its proper context and said, okay, I'm being a little too hard. That wasn't that bad, you know, whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, if we've had an argument that, and it's been very, it's a hard argument or a tough argument, yes, I'm going to give you a day or two to cool down and respond to the text. And I might not text you for a day or so because I have to cool down or whatever the case may be.
So Nikki, before you and Kenny was married back in the 1900s, and y'all got into it, who texted each other first after a fight?
Actually, it was kind of like 50-50. And when I say that, I mean sometimes he would before I would, and then sometimes I would. It just depend on who really was the maddest.
So the maddest didn't text?
No, well, I didn't. Whenever I was really mad or upset about it, I wouldn't. I could go like days. Y'all already know Leos can hold a grudge.
Is that true? Really?
That's true.
Yeah, I need to work on that.
Oh,
I know. I've grown
a whole lot. Trust.
I done growed up.
Yep.
Now, let me ask. So, Lily, first, I'm going to ask you that question. Ask from a dating perspective, and then I want you to tell me how it changed from a marriage perspective. When you can't go nowhere, you right there now.
Oh yeah.
Right. So Lily, after a fight, when you dating, do you text right away? I mean, or does he have to text right away? Do you feel some type of way when he don't, et cetera, et cetera?
No, I think I'll just use me and Brandon. Before, when we were dating, we both are stubborn. So if we had in our mind that we were upset, then sometimes it'll take us like that 24 hours was nothing. Okay. Because we are in our feelings, right? We mad, we still trying to cool down. A lot of times Brandon's over it in the next 20 minutes, but I'm not. Like Nikki said, them Leos will hold on to it. And especially when I was in my 20s, I didn't care. I didn't care to call, text, hear from you, nothing. Even when we were dating, because I was that pissed off. And if you call me or text me again with that energy, we'll go right back at it. So I needed my time to get over it. But now in marriage, oh, bruh, sometimes you feel like you need a minute. And a lot of times sometimes I go in there and take a shower, or I'll go in and sit in the room and just have to take some time away. I got to go and have my moment. Or if I'm quiet, Brandon knows, okay, at least you got to have my moment. For real.
That's what I do. I shut down.
And so I have to just be quiet because I don't want to say anything, or I don't want to initiate it or push it to a level that it doesn't even need to go. So I'll just be quiet. And it's not like I'm being mean. I'm just quiet. I'm not saying anything. I just got to process everything. And it's not, and I know Brandon will be like, come in there and ask questions like he already know the answer to. You know,
like Mama was doing the Blake this weekend, asking dumb questions.
So he'll be like, I'm about to order something from so and so. Do you want it? I'll be like, no, I don't want anything to eat because I'm still upset. Yeah. So I don't say because I'm still upset. I just be like, no, I don't want anything.
But they already know.
You be like, all right. But I just gotta process it. Let me process it completely. And I don't want to get us to that level. But that
and when you go to bed after you done had an argument, for me, I get on all the way up on my side.
Yeah, one of the realest things I done heard.
Don't even put your leg up here.
Hey, one of the realest things I done heard somebody say on that subject from a married couple standpoint was from Marriage is Real. You know, one of the new podcasts on ESP Network, and they were asked the question, should you go to bed mad? You know, should you commit to never go to bed mad? And they were like, that is not realistic.
It's not.
You know, he like, we ain't got time to be staying up all night. Sometimes we got to go to work in the morning.
It's not realistic.
Sometimes we can't work through that in that time period. They said, you know, and they were like, and I'm not even, you're not even going, you know, leaving the house. You're not going to the other room. We're going to all sleep right here.
Yeah.
And this day, you can scoot over as far as you need to, but we're going to be in this bedroom.
Yeah.
And they were saying that 9 times out of 10, they wake up in the morning and they done forgot half the time what they were fighting about anyway. You know? Now, Twin said, I'm a Scorpio. And if I'm not mistaken, Moneybag Yo got a song about you, about them Scorpio. And it's called Scorpio. Check it out. Let's see. Kirby says a lot of neo soul music get played. Rita says, Alicia, I'm so proud of you, the good wife.
Thank you, Heidi.
Brandy Dawkins says, I know one thing. I learned to stop making Corey sleep on the couch. It burns me up when I go downstairs. He's sleeping like a baby.
And you up all night.
I love it.
And you up pacing. And
Because you pissed
son.
off. He's sleeping
I
good.
taught you well, son. Kirby says we still make sure to order enough food just in case y'all get hungry.
Because Kirby,
That's a good dude right there, man.
Yeah,
That's a good dude right there.
yeah.
All right, so let's get final thoughts. Nicole, we'll start on you. Final thoughts on why he won't text first.
Just don't take it personal. That's just how I see it. I mean, there may be various reasons as to why he doesn't text first, but just don't take it personal. It may not even be you. It may just be him, or vice versa. If it's a woman, same thing. I just don't see anything wrong with women texting first as well. It doesn't hurt anything.
Okay. Right on. Mika, final thoughts?
It was a fun show. It was enlightening. But I would say, hey sis, if you're interested and he's not texting first, you take the first step and you open the door with that, like somebody said, the gentle invitation. And if the door is open, you have to let him respond. Now, if he doesn't respond, you can't force anything. I say go and try the next guy. But I said I think you should be okay with opening a door to getting to know someone, even if they don't.
Right.
That's it. That's all.
Right.
Thank y'all for supporting.
Baby Queen.
Thank you as always for the support on the show. It's been a lot of fun. But like I said before, it's a brand new world. Okay, it's a new world in this dating world, the world we call dating world, right? So if you want him, go get him. If you want to open up that door. Hush!
Thank you, Alicia. I'm glad he done went to you.
Hey.
My nerves first 30
You do me the same way you did Blake this weekend. Sometimes you just want to talk. She done said that 3 times to Blake this weekend. Will you hush?
She just look at him too.
Oh, but yes, if you want him, or if you're interested in him, text him first. There's nothing wrong with putting yourself out there. I think everybody has to kind of work through rejection, right? Because rejection happens all the way around us, whether it's at work, whether it's in relationships, friendships, whatever the case may be. We have to put ourselves out there in order to get what we want. So
that's 100.
Yeah, that is 100. That's all I got.
There's definitely no golden rule to any of this stuff.
Yeah. And stop assuming.
Right.
Yeah.
Couple of comments. Let's see. Twin says, I still get my good morning goodbye kiss.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we gonna be mad, but we still love each other.
Yeah, that's right.
I love you.
We love each other. We gonna be mad though.
Andre said, I stand the show. A lot of fun. We appreciate
Thank you,
Andre.
Andre.
Much love.
Thanks,
love.
Twin.
Thank you.
All right. For me, and my final thoughts, of course, thanks for the support as always. Thanks for the interaction. Without y'all, the show wouldn't be half as fun as what it is.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that. For me, Lily made a very valid point that in her final thoughts that I say frequently, and that is the same thing that is necessary for us to get the type of love that we all crave and desire. The same risk that it takes to get that is the same thing that it takes that can get your heart broken. So you've got to put your heart out on the line. John has said that early too, is that these is grown up situations, and rejection is a possibility. But if you want what you want, there are going to be some risk involved. And the things that are most valuable in life come with risk. They come with sacrifice. They come at a price. So you got to be willing to pay that price. And just because somebody rejects you or somebody doesn't text you first or somebody whatever, don't always assume it has something to do with you. Exactly. Sometimes it may have absolutely nothing to do with you. And that is not an indictment on your wonderfulness. All right.
No indictment.
So again, don't take it personally. And hey, you know, take the sales approach. Hey, you got to get through a lot of no's to get to that one yes. That one yes that matters.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we thank you for tuning in for another edition.
Bye.
I didn't say bye yet.
Oh,
Another edition of Queen 3 and King. Next week's episode, Sucker for Love, since it is Valentine's Day.
Are you a sucker for
love?
I'm just a sucker for your love.
Oh yeah, that's this song.
Oh, y'all ain't never heard that song?
He got so serious.
Nikki used to jam to that one, but
She probably like this.
yeah.
In there dancing like Thelma from Good Time.
Yep.
Wow. All right. So hey, we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Now you can say bye.
Bye.
Are we smiling or what we doing?
The Queen Bee has arrived.
You know. What's your out then? So I'm gonna start with both of y'all's hands right here.
Look for my thumb.
Give me that.
Look for your thumb. Like if you can see my thumb on this mic.